Good?
And,
Go ahead, sir.
And for Terrence, are you ready to feel the Mexican power, Terrence?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Keep Canelo's name out of your fucking mouth, Terrence Crawford. There's levels to this, and he's levels above you.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch.
Can't go with what you are. Have you read the papers? Do you know what everybody says? It's suicide. You've seen him. You know how strong he is. You can't win.
You know, guys, this Terrence Crawford win over Canelo Alvarez, it is so big that it has given so many people the courage to come out and speak the whole truth. Say things that they never would have felt comfortable saying before. It's crazy because Terrence Crawford, he said so much without saying a single word, just letting his hands speak for him. And that message has resonated and reverberated louder than any message I have ever heard in my entire life. And the type of stuff that we're hearing from Crawford's peers and everyone else in the sport of boxing completely reaffirms that. The BA's dominance in the sport of boxing can no longer be ignored, can no longer be denied, can no longer be downplayed. Bud's dominance over Canelo Alvarez has the boxing world under oath. Got people coming out speaking the whole truth with absolutely no fear, unapologetically. I mean, you guys seen the video I just dropped on Andre Ward, where he basically let Mark Kriegel and the rest of ESPN and the rest of old media, he let they ass have it. He finally came out and said what he has been wanting to say for years, which is, y'all tried to bury Bud. You guys have been doing that man wrong for 10 years. But what Erik Morales said, man, he took it to a whole nother level. Not only did he come out talking about the dominance of the BAs, but it was the way he said it, and comparing the BAs to the Mexican fighter. Erik Morales, he was completely unfiltered. He did this interview in Spanish, and of course, no one in America is translating and reporting what he said. And when I translate it, you're gonna know why. So let's just go ahead and get into what he said. Quote, on a world level, there's a lot of techniques in boxing, but one that's affected us and that's beaten us in so many fights, it's the American style. The black fighters, they've beaten us almost every time. I'll go as far in history, and if you count them all, they've beaten us a lot of times. Now, what I thought was really interesting is the guy who's interviewing Erik Morales, you can tell he was surprised that Erik Morales was speaking off code, because he tries to hit Erik Morales with some wild-ass statistic. He basically says some other Mexican boxing analyst, he did some statistic where he showed that currently it's 130 for Americans and 120 for Mexico, but that's including Mexican Americans as Americans. USA taking the lead. And Erik Morales, he responded by saying, oh, hell no, I wish. But in the last 30 years, they've all beaten the shit out of us. Well, look, Chavez did beat a lot of them, but Frankie Randall did beat his ass. And Pernell Whitaker also did when Chavez tried to go to welterweight. Then Barrera got the shit beat out of him by Junior Jones twice. And then the reporter, he chimes in, he says, but you beat Jones. Morales said, yeah, but then came Zaire Rahim, and he beat the shit out of me. Then Alejandro Cabrera Gonzalez, he got beat by a black fighter. And then he says, I forgot his name, but he's talking about Kevin Kelly. And just a quick side note before I continue. When Junior Jones, when he beat Marco Antonio Barrera, he wasn't even in his prime. He had already been knocked out twice previously, so it wasn't like that was the undefeated version of Junior Jones that knocked out Barrera. Which means Erik Morales, he's basically acknowledging that he knows even when he beat Junior Jones, he wasn't beating the best version of Junior Jones. This is where the interviewer, he chimes in, and you could tell he's trying to use these hidden digs because he says Mayweather beat them all, like Castillo. He was trying to get Morales to talk about the fact that that was a tough fight for Floyd Mayweather, even though we know that Floyd Mayweather came back and dominated Castillo in the rematch. And we know that if they would have fought against each other 5 more times, Floyd Mayweather, he would have won, which is the reason why we never got a third fight, or no one even cared about a third fight between the two. So Morales, he responds by saying, yeah, the Castillo fight was tough, but it was easy with the rest. But more recently, Crawford beat Canelo. So in the biggest fights, they've beaten the shit out of us the majority of the time. And it's not the whites, but the blacks. Boy, that's a hell of a punctuation and a distinction, ain't it? So then the podcaster, he says, what is it about the black fighters? Is it the physical part that they have? Morales, he says, we just haven't figured them out. They're very skillful. They're very fast. The defense that they possess, they're very skillful, and with their defense. Guys, these are the type of conversations that boxers like Erik Morales, Julio Cesar Chavez, Juan Manuel Marquez, they've been having these type of conversations amongst each other for years and years and years. But they never said it publicly because they knew that that was going way off code. And the Mexicans, mainly the Mexicans that live in America, they would be highly upset. But Erik Morales, he finally said, I don't even give a damn. Because after Crawford done moved up damn near 3 weight classes and won a fight that he wasn't even supposed to win, we can't pretend anymore. It's impossible. And Erik, he didn't try to sugarcoat it at all. He literally said, they have been beating the shit out of us, including me, brutally honest. And this puts everything in perspective. This completely explains why the Mexican fans in America have hated BA so much, because they've always been jealous. They've always wanted a Floyd Mayweather or Terence Crawford to come from Mexico and represent the Mexican flag. All they really ever wanted was for Floyd Mayweather to be Floyd Gonzalez or Floyd Garcia. Speaking of Garcia, I remember when Mikey Garcia was undefeated, you had Mexican fans, and I played the clips for you guys in previous videos. You had Mexican fans doing interviews with Ellie where they were saying that Mikey Garcia, he's the Mexican Floyd Mayweather. They wasn't calling him the new Chavez. They wasn't calling him the new Erik Morales or the new Juan Manuel Marquez. They was calling him the Mexican Floyd Mayweather. So I'm not exaggerating when I tell you guys they just wanted the Floyd Mayweathers, the Terence Crawfords, the Gervontas to be Mexican, or more importantly, just not be black. What Erik Morales just said right now, it also reveals this is the reason why whenever black undefeated fighters was calling out Canelo Alvarez, who were the main fans that didn't want to see those fights? The Mexican fans, right? In fact, Mexican fans, they didn't start hating Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo until they started to call out Canelo Alvarez. Whenever they would call out Canelo Alvarez, Mexican fans would say they don't deserve to fight Canelo Alvarez. Demetrius Andrade is a horrible fighter. I mean, this happened whenever there was an undefeated black fighter calling out a Mexican fighter. Even when black fighters was calling out just some non-black undefeated fighter. They never wanted to see those fights because deep down, they knew how dominant the BAs were and still are today. And let me just say this again, because I've talked about this on many videos previously, but there is a distinction between the Mexicans that live in America and the Mexicans that live in Mexico. The Mexicans in America, they are 10 times more racist than the Mexicans in Mexico, which is the reason why whenever you get like really high praise from a Mexican fighter or a Mexican analyst, it's usually a Mexican straight from Mexico, like Erik Morales, trainer Nacho Beristain. I remember he just kept praising Floyd Mayweather over and over and over again. Nacho Beristain, man, he was praising Floyd Mayweather leading up to his own fighter, Juan Manuel Marquez, fighting against Floyd Mayweather. I mean, he called Floyd Mayweather the Michael Jordan of the sport. He said he's simply the best. Mikey Garcia's father, he said that Floyd Mayweather was the best ever, the best of all time. By way of contrast, you remember the type of stuff that Mexicans in America used to say about Floyd Mayweather? Calling him gay runner and he's this and he's that. All they would do is just berate him and discredit him, right? Because 99% of the Mexicans in America, they are begging for white people's acceptance. And for some strange reason that has never made sense to me, They feel the more they hate the black race, the more they will be accepted by the white race. But that hasn't worked out too well for them. And if you don't believe me, just ask ICE. Because if you guys haven't noticed, despite the fact that America has millions of illegal white immigrants living in America, the main ones that the US are targeting are the Mexicans. And yet Mexicans are actually way more racist than white people. Hell, they make white people look like our allies, which technically a lot of them are. You seen all them white people that was marching for Black Lives Matter. I mean, from the Terrence Crawford fight to many other fights, we've seen a lot of white people in the crowd cheering for the BA. I've never seen Mexicans in the crowd cheering for the BA, no matter who he was fighting. And I'm not saying that they need to, I'm just pointing out the facts. Anyway, I'll get much deeper into that with more receipts on other videos, giving you guys a lot more contrast. But I do want to leave you guys with the actual clip of what Erik Morales said in Spanish, so you guys have the proof.
A nivel mundial, pues hay muchas técnicas, alguna que nos ha afectado bastante y que nos ha ganado muchas peleas, la americana, ¿no? Los peleadores morenitos nos han ganado casi todas, güey. O sea, pues así me atrevo a decir que en la historia vete para atrás y cuenta y nos han ganado muchas.
Pues esto, a lo mejor lo viste, Lalo Camarena hizo esta estadística que estamos como a 130 a 120 en peleas. O sea, 130 para Estados Unidos, 120 para México. Y estás contando ahí a los mexicoamericanos como gringos.
No, me quedé chingado, ya quisiera yo. Si nomás de los últimos 30 años nos han madreado todos. Mira, pon tú, Chávez sí le ganó a muchos, pero me lo chingó Frankie Randall y me lo chingó cuando quiso ir a welter.
El
Canelo Whitaker. Luego, a Barrera se lo chingó Junior Jones.
Sí,
dos veces.
¿Tú te chingaste a Jones?
Sí, pero luego vino esa guerra aquí y me madreó a mí. ¿No? Entonces, luego, Cobrita González se lo chingó un peleador morenito, ¿cómo se llama? Yo peleé con él mucho tiempo después, pero cuando estaba en su época, estaba bien cabrón, güey. Y le ganaron a la Cobra González. ¿Quién más?
Pues Mayweather se chingó a todos.
Mayweather se chingó a todos.
Bueno, Castillo.
Pon tú, batalló con Castillo, pero sí, bailó a la mayoría. Luego, recién, Crawford, madreó a Canelo. Entonces, en las peleas grandes, pues nos han madreado la mayoría de veces, y no blancos, güey, los morenitos.
¿Qué tienen los morenitos? ¿Qué?
Pues no les hemos hallado, güey.
¿La parte física que tienen?
Pues es que son muy hábiles, son rápidos. La defensa que tienen, son muy hábiles en la defensa.
Name me my dinero! Come on! Y'all bet me. Who first? 100. Yeah, where's that?
Zell.
I got Zell. We can do all that later. That's 100. Come on. That's 200 cash. Come on. Look at that money. It's another 100. Get that. Yeah, that's another 200. Look at that. You see that, huh? We getting that. That's another 100. Yeah. Come on, where y'all at? One of them betting me $200 over there. Who was sitting on that by that cup?
Solo 100 aceptó.
He said you only did 200.
Solo 100 aceptó.
Yeah. Who that was? Sold me 100. What you got, 500 for me? And you got 100? Look this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12. I'm missing $200. That was you? Yeah, that's 200, right? Your 100, right? You still missing some money. 1, 6, 11, that's 500. 12, 13, that's all 14. 14 big ones, baby.
Hey.
Barbecue today. Thank you, sir. What y'all want to eat? Yeah, y'all want barbecue today? What y'all want? Barbecue. Gracias.
I'm gonna keep this real short. Bud and Canelo fighting this weekend. For anybody but Bud, you're delusional. You're very delusional. 41-0, like over 30 knockouts, a champion in several different weight classes. I'm convinced that if you don't go for bud, you don't work out your legs. That's got to be the only answer.
People are cleaning after Canelo just lost like
You can just look at somebody and tell them, like, yo, you're not that guy, buddy. You're not that guy. You can look at me and tell I'm that guy. I was born like this. I was blessed with this.
I'm always hungry. Just because I'm world champion, don't stop the main goal and objective, and that's to keep going. I'm gonna forever keep going, forever keep winning.
Just naturally, man. I know how to do this. I born for this. I born for be different. And then you only this area. No, a lot of these fighters just do rapping. I just came off a loss, and I'm down to fight the best. I'm going up to 135 to fight somebody that they think I can't beat, and I'm gonna dominate him. And then I come back down to 30 and beat his ass too.
My hunger is always gonna be there. I never get satisfied. I'm not satisfied. My job still isn't done. That's why my job ain't done yet.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
Anyone who's ever had it understands shoulder pain is no joke. It can keep you up at night. Once it's in pain, it stays in pain all the time. You find yourself popping all kinds of painkillers, and then you find yourself trying to figure out what the problem is. You go see doctors, you go see surgeons, you go see physical therapists, massage therapists. The shoulder in particular has 4 different joints. Any one of those 4 joints can be problematic because you have these different ligaments that wrap around and hold those joints together. And then you have tendons from any one of 20 different muscles that attach to the shoulder blade that can go awry. Muscle and Bone NYC has been around serving many people, getting them out of shoulder pain and all kinds of joint pain since 2012. Contact us at mbnyc.fitness or call us at 917-238-3650. Let's get you out of that pain.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.